right, we are at Anime Texas, and we have another special guest. Could you please introduce yourself to the people?
Hi, I'm Katelyn Barr. I am a voice actor for anime and video games. I voice Ryukyu in My Hero Academia, Himeno in Chainsaw Man, most recently Mina in Kaiju No. 8, and like dozens of others.
Oh yeah, so yeah, you got a table full of stuff, man. You're pretty busy.
I don't even put everything out anymore because the table's so small.
Oh, not enough room.
Yeah.
It'd be a full, like, nice round table.
Exactly.
Yeah. So let's
make a few right here.
Yeah. I gotta figure something out.
Yeah. So let's talk about Kaiju No. 8, man.
Yeah.
This show is so good. I just started binge reading the manga. Like, I could not wait. I had to figure out what was happening. And your character, Mina, she's so dope, man. I like her gun. She gets stuff done. She's so cool, so tough. How was it? What's some of your favorite things about voicing that character, and how did you get attached to this project?
So I auditioned this project. They actually put out auditions to the general like Crunchyroll pool, I believe. And I auditioned for it not knowing that it was like going to be this huge show.
Okay.
But it looked cool, and I saw a dark-haired lady with a pet tiger and a giant gun, and I was like, this is the kind of character I generally voice. I voice a lot of like deep voice, dark-haired assassins, sometimes smoking a cigarette, or that are dragons or whatever. They're that's kind of my type that I play. So I was like, oh, this would be a really good fit for me. But I auditioned for it and then sort of put it out of my mind because I've learned to not get too excited. So I was really excited when I found out I booked it, and then I started reading the manga, and I read the first 9, and I'm so hyped.
Yes.
For season 2.
Yeah. Oh, I cannot wait. So this anime is the first anime I've ever seen. Like, One Piece has been around since the beginning of time, right? But I've never seen an anime get a countdown counter for when the next episode. Like, it'll come out Saturday morning, like between 10:30 and 12, and then it's a countdown for a week for the next one. I've never seen that before. Why do you think this show is so like popular and being so well accepted by the masses?
Well, I think a show about I think kaiju are a cultural, they're kind of a universal. Everybody likes to see cool, giant monsters, and the show has got a little something for everyone too. It's not just like an action show. It's not just about the fighting. Like, there's comedy, there's really intriguing characters and lighthearted moments, and you really get attached to the characters more than you get attached to the fighting and the monster. Stuff,
Yeah, that's true, because that does happen a lot. Like, sometimes we're like, oh man, like, I can use Dragon Ball for example. Like, man, I love the fighting in Dragon Ball, but sometimes, like, even though I love Goku, it's hard to get attached to him sometimes because of his character. But Kaiju No. 8, the characters are like, I think they're more relatable than anything. So you're talking about being Himeno and Chainsaw Man. You had a very interesting arc in Chainsaw Man.
Yep.
What's some of your favorite things about voicing that character?
Well, again, the audition process for Chainsaw Man was it was a fierce competition. So, but with Chainsaw Man, I knew that it was going to be big. So, like, everybody kind of had this, like, there was a lot of excitement and anticipation around the auditions. I auditioned for all the female characters that they would let me. They did limit because they have to go through all of them. They did limit, like, in this batch you can only audition for 2, or you can only audition for 3, or whatever. But I auditioned for most of the female characters, but Himeno was my favorite, like, from the beginning, and I love her. Again, I saw dark hair, eye patch, cigarette.
I was
like, that's my type. And I thought, I honestly, in the audition, I thought, when we didn't know what she was going to sound like in Japanese yet, because we were that ahead, I pitched her down, kind of like how I voiced Mina, and I thought that was how it was going to be, because I took a cue off of the cigarette and the eye patch and everything. And then, thankfully, the director, Mike McFarland, love him to death, appreciate him so much. He cast me, even though that wasn't the voice we ended up going with, because when the Japanese version came out, it's like, oh, she's playful, and she's cute, and she's flirty, and she's got more going on than that. So I think my favorite thing about voicing her is that she's complex. She's a whole spectrum of emotions.
She definitely is. The one scene scene with her and Denji at the bar, I was just like, what is happening right now? What is happening? So when you saw that, did you laugh? I gotta ask, like, because I was just dying laughing. I'm like, what is happening right now?
So I knew about it ahead of time because once the casting announcement came out, everybody was DMing me like, you know what you're gonna have to do. So I saw it coming, but see, my thing is, I get really nauseous watching people throw up in movies and stuff. Sorry, spoiler. Watching that happen.
You're doing them a favor, I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's fair warning. I love that it's the only thing that's censored in the whole show, too.
Yeah.
People get cut in half, like decapitated, blown up, but the only thing they censor is that scene.
That made it worse to me, though. I was just like, oh, God. Oh, God. I'm so weak right now. So, you voiced a lot of different characters. Do you have a moment in your career that you was like, this brought me a lot of joy? Like, you were proud of what you did in that moment?
Yeah, for sure. I grew up as an anime fan. My first manga was Fruits Basket.
Oh, okay. So good, by the way. I'm just watching that show right now. I'm like on episode like maybe 15. I just recently started. It's really good.
It's so sweet. It'll get you in your feelings.
Yeah.
So I loved Fruits Basket as a kid. I loved the old show. The old dub was one of the first anime I ever watched. And so when the remake came around, obviously it would have been tacky of me to be like, hey, Catelyn, please, Catelyn Glass, the director, please remember to cast me in this. I really like it. Like, that would have been tacky. So I just kind of prayed to the anime gods, please, I want just like the tiniest role in this. And I ended up, in season 1, I voiced young Ritsu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which was cool.
Yeah.
And then in season 3, I got to voice Ren, who is Akito's mother.
Yeah.
The worst person in Fruits Basket.
Oh.
You'll see.
Okay.
But it was a really cool full circle moment for me recording it because Katelyn Glass, the director, also loved Fruits Basket for years. So she brought like the super fan perspective to it. So she made sure that all the moments hit just right for the people that watched the old one and wanted to, relive that. And so they cast for the main girl and the main 3 guys. They cast the same actors from the old dub.
Yeah.
So John Bergmeyer plays Shigure, who was my favorite as a kid, and Ren has extended scenes with Shigure, and he had recorded first. There was one where we had a long conversation, and John had recorded first, and so I was hearing it back in my headphones, and I was like, this is it. Like, I'm here. I'm in the thing that I liked so much. And I told Caitlin, I was like, I'm so sorry. I just need a minute. I'm having like a full circle moment, career moment right now.
I know, that felt so good.
Yeah, it really did.
Yeah. Okay, so me and my co-host partner here, we've been on a trek to all these cons. We've been on a pilgrimage to all these cons. It can be very taxing and tiring, So I want to know, what do you do to decompress from just work and like take care of your mental health while doing all the things that you do?
That's a really good question. Thank you for asking that. We don't get that question a lot. I do a lot of conventions. I've been
Bubble, sorry.
Yeah, no.
The Bubble walks is around here.
Oh
yes.
My God. Just a couple years younger than Barbara. Just a couple.
No, I appreciate that. Like, it's really nice that you ask. I do a lot of conventions. I've been very fortunate to be busy. In this line of work, not only conventions but voice acting itself. It's it's feast or famine. It's an ebb and flow. When it rains, it pours. You're either really, really busy or you got nothing going on, and it seems like you never can predict it. So for actors and people who work, in like a gig industry, it's like it's hard to say no to an opportunity because you don't know when you'll get another one.
Yeah.
So if it's really easy to let yourself get overloaded that way. It's hard for me to say no to things, but I'm working on it.
Yeah. That's a tough one. I'm in the same boat.
Yeah. I'm trying to get a little better. It's hard for me. I'll probably never be at the point where I turn down voice acting work for the most part, but like I can at least now know ahead of time that the Monday after a convention I'm going to be tired.
Yeah.
And so I usually take that Monday off to do me, and rest, recover, especially because if you're going across the country, you got jet lag, and I'm very introverted despite, at cons I put on my extrovert face.
Oh, yeah.
And I love meeting people and I love people, but after the con on Monday, I'm like, nobody look at me, nobody talk to me.
Oh my God. every con we do, I take off Monday, and I'm just like,
yeah, you gotta.
I'm sitting at home in my room, and I'm just gonna sit here and watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
That's my favorite show.
Oh, what? Oh,
it really is.
Can I get a fist bump on that?
Hey.
Can I get a fist bump on that? Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, can I offer you a nice egg in this trying time?
Oh my God. And it's green. This is the best.
Yeah.
I just need Patty's Pub right here.
Yes. It's a jumping off point.
This is the best. This is the best. You don't know how happy that just made me.
Aww.
I love that show. Like, I just, yesterday, after I left here, I just sat home and started over from season 1.
Yes.
It's so crazy to see how they were just kind of like an eclectic group of friends, but they're involved in the trash people, but it's trash people that we love. Like,
yeah. We love them.
Yeah.
They never learn. They'll never get better.
No, they'll never learn at all. So I just got one last question. What's something that you wish that people, if they interviewed you or people that come and talk to you, what's something that you wish that they would ask you more about?
Well, definitely the mental health question that you just asked. Also, I shouldn't speak for everybody, but I feel like myself and a lot of my peers really get a kick out of it if you ask us about a show that's not our most popular show.
Okay.
I love when people come up and they're like, I loved you in this one random show that you've never signed anything for before. I've had that happen a couple times this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've never signed anything for this. Like, thank you for watching like the deep cuts, you know.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. So that's probably my favorite thing to get asked. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for doing this. This has been great.
It's been a pleasure.
Well, I'll let you get back to it because it's almost time for you guys to probably start heading to get out of here. So thank you once again. I'm Chad. There's Jeremy behind the counter.
We're going over.
And we are the Future How Podcast. And we're out. Bye-bye.
Thanks. That was so fun.
No problem.